We began our service of lessons and carols this morning like we begin worship every Sunday morning, with a pealing of our church bells. Our church bell rang out boldly and a bit longer than usual this morning. Did you notice? We're accustomed to hearing the bell. It has us stand and be ready and prepare ourselves to begin worshiping. And that may be, perhaps, what we think the ringing of the bell is for. But what if there was another purpose? What if the bell was rung not to call us to worship, but to herald God's presence and love, and to bid God's hope and peace into the world right here in the heart of our community? What if this simple yet intentional act of bell ringing was intended first to be our shared proclamation of peace, and then our call to worship? Why, we might all want to go out and ring the bell. And don't you wonder, I know I do, who hears it? And what does it say to them when they hear it? Along with our bell, the voices of the prophets, the songs of the angels, the testimony of the shepherds, and all of the beloved carols and hymns that we've sung and are singing today ring out joyfully the good news of God's coming to dwell with humankind. Through the ages, the message of him who is coming is celebrated at Christmas time, and it says again and again that the destiny of humanity, our destiny, is a good and common destiny, one to be celebrated and to be shared. The message heard reminds us that however dark the moments or the days may be, the redemptive impulse of God is ever present and beating in humanity. And so, my friends, we bask in these 12 days of Christmas, and we get to escape into a hoped-for world as we sing of light and of joy and of peace for all people. Yes, Jesus did come into the world to shine light and to elicit joy and to bring us peace so that we may know it because we so very much long for it and need it. And Jesus also came to quell fear. He came to dispel doubt. He came to liberate humans from the chains and the injustices that plague us. Until oppression ceases and all held captive by the world's power and systems are set free, we may not know true peace on earth. Still, we hope. And if we look closely and listen closely, we will catch a glimpse of peace right here in our lives. Henry Wadsworth Longfellow penned the poem Christmas Bells, which inspired the carol, I Heard the Bells on Christmas Day. Recalling Christmas bells that were rung during the American Civil War, and despairing that hate is strong and it mocks the song of peace on earth, goodwill to men. He concluded his poem with a hopeful resolution. Then pealed the bells more loud and deep. God is not dead, nor doth he sleep. The wrong shall fail, the right prevail, with peace on earth, goodwill toward men. Yes, the reality of our lives is that there is brokenness and that many of God's people suffer. The sound of the bell must never drown out the sound of the chains of injustice or the cries of those in need. The bell rings to garner our attention over and over again, to keep us conscious of God and God's promises. So with eyes and hearts and ears attuned not only to this truth, but also to the pealing of the bell of peace, we become, through Christ, people who joyfully proclaim his hope and who tirelessly work to manifest his peace throughout the world. May the ringing of the bell assure us always that wrong will indeed fail, that the right will one day prevail, and that we may yet know peace on earth and goodwill to all people. Merry Christmas.